Well, it's been a hot minute since I made a video. Last time I uploaded was back at Darlington, where I showed my displeasure for Joy Logano. And, let's see that pizza. Um, a lot has happened since then. I had the All Star race, which was a shit show in itself. Um, Kansas was another shit show that I did not want to. It was just not a good day for any of my drivers, to be perfectly honest. Um, like Kansas was a good points day for Chase. Got like top five finishes in each stage, but ended up finishing 29th at Kansas. For whatever reason, no, he hit the. I forgot what happened at Kansas. To be perfectly honest, that's how bad it was. Um, he's been having really bad luck at the last handful of races. Um, Kurt Busch ended up winning that race over his brother? No, over Kyle Larson and his brother. That was awesome, to be perfectly honest. Awesome. Um, Xfinity has been all over the place. Texas, it was a fucking blur. I hate Texas to begin with. Um, Tyler Reddick won that one. I don't like Reddick all that much. Then Charlotte, Josh Berry won for the second time this season, and then Portland. I don't give a shit about Portland. That was the whole weekend itself. This past weekend was a all terrible races. I'm sorry, but all of them were fucking terrible. If you like them, that's you do you, boo. But I can't. I can't. Um, Had the All Star race. Denny Hamlin ended up winning the Coke 600. He won from the pole. So Toyota's trying to step up a little bit with their speed. So um, that race chase, like, this is my thing. NASCAR needs to get rid of the damage clock policy, wherever the hell that is. Like 6 minutes to fix a freaking car and get up to speed is not nearly enough time. If they're able to fix that car and get it back on track with no problems, there shouldn't be a freaking time limit. Now, if you're completely wrecked and whatever, can't fix it, go away, go to the garage, you're done for the day. But Chase had a broken toe link because he smacked the wall a little bit, and that was his first DNF of the freaking season because of the clock. It wasn't even because he had a wrecked race car. They were fixing the toe link on the right rear of his car. It could have been fixed, but 6 minutes is not nearly enough time to fix that. Like, go back to the old rules where you can actually go, fix it, come back out, and be like on your merry way. But no. So because of that stupid rule, he got his first DNF of the season, which is crazy to think that was his only DNF of the season so far. Um, Kansas, he had a bad race. Charlotte had a bad race. And yesterday, he had a bad race. Go figure. All of Hendrick did not have any speed all weekend. Like, everyone was like a non-factor. No one was really in the top 10. Chase got 2 stage points the entire day because stage 2, Chastain decided to act like an ass and drive like an ass. And this will be a long-winded rant about Chastain's stupidity. I got my nails done. Matte Black. But anyway, Chastain, I never once said he was a bad driver. I never said he has no talent. Hell of a talent. Good driver, but drives over his head constantly. Constantly. And this is where I get into my little rant. He's with Trackhouse. They're starting to heat up this year. He's won 2 races this season. One he got lucky with. One he actually fought for. I'm not saying he didn't earn either of them. He just got lucky with the second one at Talladega. Yeah. Um, but now he started getting a little too cocky, and in my opinion, getting too cocky and driving over his head weekly, causing problems with other drivers. Um, this week, he dumped Denny Hamlin and ruined his day. So he was several laps down and out of contention. Excuse me. So Denny Hamlin finished 34th after that whole shit show. This is where I get into my next thing. So Denny Hamlin was given hassling Chastain majority of the race after the fact, which is justified because Chastain is kind of an idiot when it comes to driving at all in any series. So later on, he tried to create a hole that was not there to try to make it 3 wide, and Chase was right there at the top, like top lane, and here he comes and like tries to squeeze in and turns Chase and ruins his fucking day. Ruined his day. She's like, oh, I'm good, we're good. Like, fix the bumpers where we're good. No, he had like lack of speed after that, no track position, and in the entire race, no one could fucking pass. Worth a shit. You get up to their bumper or like side drive him a little bit, and then you just couldn't pass. It was freaking awful. It was awful. It was not even because Chase had a bad day, or any of the Hendrick cars had a bad day, or the fact that Joey Logano won that race. It had nothing to do with any of those things. It was just the fact no one could pass. And Chastain is still an idiot. Plus, his owner. Justin Marks needs to grow up and stop babying his frickin' drivers. He made a comment about Chastain's like, he did nothing wrong, and that's how it is in this sport. You have to be aggressive. Do you want to win? And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, there's one thing of being aggressive and actually winning like several races a year and going after the win. But when you're driving through people and just being blatantly stupid in one race, taking out 2 drivers out of contention or just getting a solid finish is stupidity. He calls them mistakes. I just call it stupidity and driving over his head. I get owners, they want to like baby their drivers and say nice things about their driver because that's what they're supposed to do. But there's a time and place at a time where you need to be like, hey, the driver fucked up, we move on. And Chastain even admitted to himself that he made mistakes twice in one race, and he is openly like ready for the retaliation or the comebacks to him in the coming weeks from Chase and Denny. But what I don't get is why people are saying Chastain was never at fault for any of those things. They're trying to compare what he's doing to what Dale Sr. did back in the day. I'm sorry, but racing back then was completely different than it is now. Dale Sr. did not drive through people and just dump them out of just like, hello, duck, and create a hole that wasn't there. He rattled their cage a bit, like moved them a little bit, and that was the case. I didn't like Dale Sr. in the slightest. Was he an aggressive driver? Yes. But he backed up his shit by being one of the best there ever was. One of the best. Jimmy Johnson still holds the title as the GOAT. So comparing that to what Chastain did is not comparable. It's not. He's just creating more enemies for himself than it's worth. And the playoffs are going to be fucking hell for him. And it's going to cost him so much when he has now numerous drivers, including the 2 top dogs in their organizations, in their teams, um, hating your ass now. You have a target on your back by two of the biggest names in racing right now. Chase Elliott, I'm not just saying I'm being biased, but he's one of the biggest names in the sport, along with Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin are the two drivers you do not want to fuck with when it comes to retaliation, because those two have had a feud before several years ago, like 5 years ago. And now they had teamed up during the race and got all up into Chastain's shit because they were starting in the back together. Like, if you saw that video, I'll show it to you because it was freaking hilarious.
Okay, Cap.
So on the restart, Chase Elliott was right on Chastain's bumper, and Denny Hamlin to his inside. No friends.
Oh, Lord.
And
That's why you don't poke the bear. Right there. And I hate to say it, but that's what happens. There's consequences.
like, even Boyer said there's consequences to your actions, and Chastain was just not learning yesterday that he was poking the bear. Like, two bears. Chase was pissed over the rating. He said he's just driven through by this guy. And because of him, Chase finished 21st. So 3 straight races he's had shitty finishes. Denny Hamlin won last week. Congratulations to him. He's the crown jewel master. Daytona, Darlington, whatever. But it's the fans that are annoying me right now, saying Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott are the crybabies here and they need to get a grip and blah, blah, blah. And they're the ones at fault. And, like, how is them getting turned and dumped their fault? Chastain is the one who openly admitted that he fucked up. Why can't anyone realize that? He fucked up. Like, I want to read some of these comments because apparently people don't get a clue
Every action.
of what the hell they're talking about. This is what Justin Marks said. The stupid comment that came out of his mouth. Honestly, I don't think there's a single thing Chastain did wrong. That's what is required in winning races. Driving through people and dumping people is not required to win races. Being aggressive, yes. Driving through people and dumping them, no. His aggression matched with his talent. No. No, no, no. We do not, no. No, no, no. Even one person says there's a difference between being aggressive and what we saw yesterday. Like, I'm all for aggressive driving. Be aggressive. Hard racing. But what he did was just pure stupidity. Here's one comment that I kind of agree with. He killed Denny. Not killed, but you get what I'm saying. He killed Denny and then was driving too hard and got Chase wrecked later on. I don't hate Ross, but he was being a total bonehead last race. And that opinion is BS because if you do that to win races, you'll never make it within 100 laps of the finish because no one will cut you any slack and run through you any chance they get. That is the issue with that kind of driving. That is the issue. We'll be like, oh, but he still finished 8th. I'm like, yeah, because he drove through people and dumped them for his own sake to get ahead. And there's this person, there's moving a guy and then wrecking a guy. He usually wrecks them. Yep. And someone said he got double teamed from Hamlin and Elliott. That shit's funny. That's funny. I've seen so many memes of like tag team memes for like the WWE's like and stuff. It's like someone said even Ross thinks Ross did something wrong. No shit. And someone's like, Denny Hamlin was no angel, just keep that in mind. Yeah, but we're not talking about that, are we? There. Yeah, it's just bad. Like when Denny Hamlin called him out, people were like, "Oh, he's just being a crybaby." Blah blah blah. Oh, poor Denny. He's crying like he always does. Like, no, he has like Denny said. Yeah, it's great that he owned up to his bullshit, but he's still gonna get it back from me, and probably Chase too at some point down the road, cause that was bullshit. He's going to create more enemies along the way, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go talk to him, apologize." Like apologizing won't do any, like won't change anything, but at least it'll get it off my chest. I'm like, that's great and all. I still don't respect the guy because he ruined my driver's day, but at least he's being the bigger person to go talk to them. But it still doesn't change the outcome of what he did and what's going to be coming to him. And he knows that for a fact, and he accepts that. Thank God. But the last handful of races have been freaking awful. To me, at least, because I don't know. It's bad. It's been bad. And Chase had such a gorgeous car yesterday, too. He had the Hooters car. It was great. And he finished 21st. It was freaking awful. And then we go to Sonoma this weekend. Sonoma. I'll hopefully get stuff rebounded here. Schedule. Go to Sonoma, then Nashville. Xfinity is off for the next 2 weeks, so we won't see them again until I am so sorry. And then Road America. So those next handful of races should be good for Chase along the way. Hopefully Hendrick will bounce back because they've been on a little rough patch. But Chase still has a very slim points lead because of the last handful of races. It's weird that I was rooting for Logano to beat Kyle Busch, because if Kyle Busch had won that race, Chase would not be in the points lead right now. I'm that selfish and biased. So, because Logano is outside the top 5 in points, just outside the top 5 in points, like 3 points behind Truex in points, because Chase is sitting at first since Atlanta, so that's been what? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 races he's held the points lead. And then Kyle Busch came in with like 9 points behind him. And then Chastain is 17 points behind. In third, Blaney is still holding tight in the top 5, 28 back. And then Truex is 37. I want to get on Truex. He said something that really not struck a nerve, but it's trying to like confuse a lot of people. He said he's going to make a decision on his future on whether he's going to either retire or not at the end of this year. Like he'll within the next week or two, which is weird. So, because I didn't see that coming, but kind of did at the same time. Like he's getting up there in age, I get it, but he's still contending and has damn fast cars. But he hasn't really won since what? He hasn't won in a while. Did he win last year? He won once last year, but that was about it. But it's weird. It's very weird. But we'll see what he says about that. It's going to be a weird off season if he does announce that he's retiring. But in recent news, not recent, but over the weekend, Zane Smith did double duty in the Truck Series and the Cup Series and took over the 17 car for RFK Racing because Chris Buescher had COVID, or COVID protocols, whatever you want to call it. Like, I thought we were over this already, but apparently not. Don't come after me. I'm just saying. I thought we were done with all the COVID stuff. But I wish him a speedy recovery and stuff like that. Like, I've known people who had it, and knock on wood, I've never gotten it. In like the 2-3 years it's been around. So hopefully Chris Buescher's good and comes back healthy and all good. But Zane Smith took over the 17, and he did a good job. Like, he finished 17th in his debut. That is not bad. Not a bad day at all. He pretty much kept his nose clean. I think he beat out Keselowski, honestly. So that was cool to see. I like Zane Smith. He's a damn good driver. Hopefully, eventually he'll make his way into the Cup Series. So we'll see. We'll probably see some new faces in the Cup Series within the next year or two from the Xfinity Series. I feel like Noah, since he's been getting prepped into the Cup side of things in the 16 car and the 62 car, he's gonna try and get a feel for it, because I feel if they don't renew his contract at JRM, he's probably gonna move up to Cup. That's just my opinion. Don't quote me on it. I'm just saying that's just how I think is gonna happen. So but besides racing, I want to talk about WWE. If you follow that, continue watching. If not, you can click out. I'm obviously a big Becky Lynch fan. So I watched Hell in a Cell last night, and oh my god, was it bad. It was so bad. I'm like, what's the point of a pay-per-view when you have no surprises happening, no title changes, like the shortest like roster card you can like match card you can think of, and the most predictable outcomes. It's like, what's the point of Hell in a Cell? You're gonna have like the same fucking people keep their titles when Bianca Belair does not deserve to be champion. I'm sorry, she does not bring anything to the goddamn table when it comes to being a champion. I don't know why they keep pushing her to be a champion at Raw. Like, she could have stayed. I just don't know. When, like, if Asuka comes back, like, Asuka came back, she had firm title shot. Like she's been a proven champion. She's been Raw champion before. So I feel like she should have won that title and then have Becky Lynch and her like have their reunited feud that they had before Becky went off and had her baby. But that's just me. There was many times that Becky got robbed in that match, and I was just like, nope, and no. It was just all kinds of bad. And then Cody Rhodes, that poor dude, like his right pec, like he tore it off, the muscle tore it off the freaking bone, and you could see all the, like, a bruising all over, like right here. Ooh, hi. And he was struggling the entire match, but he ended up winning, which I did not see coming. But overall, the outcomes for all these incredible matches that they had were horrible outcomes. Horrible. So WWE, I don't know what your storyline is. I don't know where you're going with this bullshit. The fact you didn't even have the SmackDown Women's Champion on it and whatnot really annoys the shit out of me. There was just nothing entertaining about that whole entire pay-per-view. It was just not good. Just saying. Nothing about it was good. There was no returns. There was just no surprises. There was no shock factor. There was just no drama. It was just so fucking predictable. Like, I don't know what Vince McMahon is doing over there in the creative side of things, but he needs to figure it out, because Bianca's boring as shit as champion. She's a one-trick fucking pony with the KOD crap and like thinking she's Monster Woman, the Hulk, whatever the fuck you want to call her. But that's just my opinion on it. But Becky's gonna snap because she got robbed numerous times in that match, and her husband Seth Rollins is about to snap again because he lost to Cody Rhodes for a third straight time, which doesn't make any sense to me. So that was another match is wasted in my opinion. I don't think they should have gone on with that match, knowing how injured Cody Rhodes was. So just my opinion on it. But anyway, Xfinity's taking the next 2 weeks off. Trucks and Cup are going to Sonoma this next weekend, and then after that they go to Nashville. So, and then Road America. So there's a good stretch of tracks that I personally enjoy. Sonoma is so-so, but there's been some good racing there. Not gonna lie, I'm not a big road course person, but if it's Chase's wheelhouse and I feel like he can do well there, then we can rebound there and hopefully get a win at either there or Road America. So, because we've won at Road America before. Just saying. So, drop your comments, whatever. Be nice. Don't come after me because I don't personally like Ross Chastain because of the way he drives. So I'm surprised I kept this video under at least 30 minutes. So I'm going to eat and chill and get ready for work tomorrow because I need to take 2 days off because I was fucking tired. I'm just glad I got my nails done because the yellow was not working for me. If you saw my nails before, I got matte black for the first time. I've never done matte black before. I think I'll keep doing the black throughout the summer, so we'll see how that goes. I just needed to get them done. So just share your thoughts, opinions, whatever on the whole Chastain thing and what you think the outcome's going to be for him in the future coming up in the next handful of weeks, because he's going to get his ass handed to him on a silver platter by Chase and Denny. Guarantee. or they'll wait to the playoffs to like fuck with him and then move on. So hope everyone's having a good week. It's Monday. It's your Monday. Tomorrow's my Monday. I actually went to the gym today. I'm shocked. I was gonna go yesterday, but I was having major issues with my stomach. But I did get a lot of cleaning done. I vacuumed. I cleaned my kitchen for once in the last month because it's been terrible. Did my laundry, put it all away. Now I'm gonna chill, watch some Netflix, and catch up on some shit. So, yeah. Have a good week. Be nice to each other, and yeah.